G'day, this is Captainoob, and this is a Furious Ripper with 40% more power attack damage and +1 endurance, major and minor legendary effects respectively. Whilst I don't think the endurance actually increases your maximum health, it does slightly lower the AP drain when sprinting, which is helpful for melee weapons, sure, it's nice. But the power attack damage, I hope to explain that more as we get into a little bit of the gameplay, and also the build, my perk card loadout. But anyway, so the Ripper, I haven't used these things in a very long time, and that's basically because they're terrible. For some reason, when this game launched, there was a weird thing where if you had this repaired over 100%, it would give you a nice damage boost to actually make these things useful, but for some reason, it was probably a bug in the first place. They removed it, and now these things are a little bit meh. As you can tell, 9 damage isn't going to really kill anything. If worse comes to worse, I'll sit at Nerd Rage and then have all my unyielding armor boost my strength even more to, make this thing actually workable. We'll just have to see how it goes. So for the perk loadout here, you notice how I don't have anything like Martial Artist. That's because the swing speed only applies when you're actually power attacking. If you're holding this thing out of you, letting the blades will do all their cutting, that has no benefit at all. So I've opted to go for Blocker to increase my survivability when it comes to brawling with things. Obviously that'll come more in handy against ghouls, but depending how well this goes in stealth, I might change it for something else, although there's not a whole lot of other perks that I actually like using for this particular loadout because there's not a lot that can actually benefit me. And making the power attack actually faster probably won't help me all that much either. If I get enough damage to kill most things in one power attack, completely useless unless I'm surrounded, which, I kind of don't want to be with a Ripper. So we'll chuck on all of the Gladiator perks as a one-handed weapon, and Bloody Mess goes on as well, and that gives us 15 damage. We didn't even double it. Alright, time to sit near some rad barrels, I guess. Okay, so now we're in Nerd Rage, as you can see there, and now we're doing a whopping 41 damage. Okay. Also, yeah, all of that is being boosted by my unyielding armor. You'll notice how I've got weighted on my arms, and that is going to help me pass through a little bit of armor with my melee and unarmed attacks. At least that's what it says. Whether it actually works, it's up for Angry Turtle to decide, I guess. Alrighty, so here we are in High Hrothgar, and there's my strength. That's all been boosted by my base strength, radical, and all of my unyielding armor that I showed you earlier. I should show you my mutations. There they are. So Twisted Muscles is there. A chance to cripple? Okay, well that's helpful, I guess. We're going to need all the crippling we can get. Okay, so first approach of this is going to be the sneakiness. Oh my god. Okay, that failed. Let's go for headshots. I like how I stood next to that mushroom cloud and did nothing. Yeah, the super mutant suiciders aren't really that intimidating because they don't do a lot of damage. They don't do very good. And my god, I'm getting my ass handed to me right now. Just kill them. Kill them. Make them suffer. Alright, what about power attacks? No, that ain't gonna fly. See, if I was doing a sneaky power attack, that might have actually worked. I think I actually saw the bleeding damage happen there. Okay. I should have got the pneumatic armor piece, I think. Yeah, I don't think I've got it in marine though, so got a problem there. And even we have to get up to like full stacks of Furious there to actually make this thing work. You know what? I think we get the point here. I'm not going to waste time fighting more super mutants. We already know how this is going to end up. Bleh. Dead. Bet you weren't expecting yet another craptacular weapon from me. So we've been knocked out of Nerd Rage and we've lost 11 damage. That's damage you really could have used. At the very least, we can one-shot a glowing Radroach. That's what really matters here. And even with the headshot with the super power attack, we can't actually kill them. Now it is the time where I back myself into a corner and come at me. Haha. Can they hit me? Oh, I don't know. This might be the way to do it. This might be the only bloody way. Back away, zombies. Go away, zombos. I've got no time for this. I can't believe this is working. Oh, hang on. The Wendigo figured it out. Oh, you've activated my trap card. It's called Nerd Rage. Okay, this isn't working at all. I'm going to go over here and get them as they appear around the corner. Because their cornering style is like... It's like a VE Commodore. They're not very good at going around corners. Oh my god, I just got bitch slapped by the Wendigo and I died. This is perfect. Great weapon. Oh my god, how the hell did this get through? Do you think when they were developing this they were like, hey, you know what was really good in Fallout 4? What? The Ripper. You know what we should do in Fallout 76? We should do what we did with a lot of things in this game. Fucking break it. And it's like, good idea, Steve. Let's give you a raise. And the joke was that he was in an internship and not being paid at all. The money around Fallout 76 is tight right now because a lot of the people said don't buy it because it's buggy. Ignore the gameplay. What you're seeing here is perfectly normal for Fallout 76. What did I drop? I dropped my tin cans. Okay. We're done here. Ooh, it's raining outside. I did not expect rain today. Okay, well there's another ghoul over there. I've just noticed him, so wham, power attack. And a quick follow-up with the old motors. Alright, let's move on. I honestly don't feel like getting too worked up about this thing because the fix is easy. You just gotta bump up the damage numbers and then you're good to go. As for recommending how much damage this thing does... Hello, Swan. Would you like to come closer? I can't go in the deep water. I'm already enough in the ground as it is. He's playing really well here, Swan. He's making me get in it. There we go. Ooh. Okay, we're in the shallows now. Let's attack. Oh my god, I can't believe that worked. But yeah, all you need to do is bump up the damage numbers and, I don't know, make it do like 10% less than a combat knife per strike. I feel like that would make a little bit more sense. You're doing less damage with the knife because you're not thrusting it, but it hits fast enough and it'll have a slightly higher DPS because you got to remember that not all weapons are created equally. There's obviously higher tier weapons. You don't see the assault rifle doing as well in base damage as the handmade, so, you know, having an advanced automatic melee weapon like this, it makes sense to me to make it, you know, really good. For weapons like the Ripper, though, you might be able to get away with using a bloodied one because of all of the unyielding strength benefits that could, you know, synergize really well for it. But in terms of any other legendary effect, I wouldn't dare use the anti-armor one. I've had a 3-star anti-armor one for ages, and nope, not using that thing. Furious was even something that I would have thought, nah. Back in Fallout 4, though, a Furious Ripper was monstrously powerful because it stacked 15% at any given time rather than 5%, and it was infinitely stacking. I'm going to die. Didn't even have the damage to sneakily kill a Milet King. They're all scorchified too, which I find interesting, but we'll keep on going. We'll probably skip the train yard and go straight to the bats so I can just get endlessly killed by them, but there we go. Back into it now, and we've managed to explode him. It's just disappointing because you can tell that there's a lot of shit going on with Wastelanders right now, and they've just kind of rejected what's already in the game. So you've left this Ripper and the other automatic one, the Mr. Handy Buzzblade, that's just kind of been left in the dust for ages, and it just doesn't feel good. I need to actually equip some explosives to bait the queen out. But yeah, I don't know. They've just left all of these bugs in for so long as they're working desperately to get the Wastelanders happening, but I don't know, is it really worth it? Surely they could have spared the manpower to actually get the fix in the game, and I'm not talking about the monthly patches here that have the quota of like 5 fixes. I'm talking about real major overhauls because there's just still so much in this game, and the fact that we've had to wait for it for so long is really not good. Another example of this outright, I guess, ignorance of the game and the state of it is, just look at the Broadsider. That thing is still terrible, and it's been terrible since launch. The game has been out for ages, and they haven't made there's been no changes to that thing whatsoever. It's still terrible. All of the grenade launcher type weapons are severely underpowered for what they are. They don't actually offer anything better than what you could get out of a minigun, which is, you know, vastly easier to feed, mind you. You've had these weird ones creep up every now and then where people can do more damage than what they're supposed to. They're quick to nerf them, but I guess it's just like they've got a priority list of what bugs to fix. If they've got something desperately game-breaking, like all of that fucking purveyor nonsense that people have been pulling off, yeah, they won't want to fix that because, you know, it breaks servers, apparently, I've heard. So that's pretty bad. I realise I haven't actually set this thing. Now, whilst I'm here and whilst you're all sitting around... No, not that one. That one. Oh, well, I needed to get rid of some of the rads anyway, so we'll see what we can do here. Oh, my lord. Well, one thing, I'm amazed that I'm still sneaking and in stealth right now, and two, this is going to take bloody ages. I might actually run my Ripper into the ground before I'm actually able to pull this off. Good thing I kept my thing on, the dense chest piece. Now, I definitely saw a Mega Sloth haze happening. That might have been why I wasn't getting the sneak criticals, so... Look at this derpy motherfucker. Although I don't want to wait around for him to hit me, so, you know, if he starts facing me, that's when I start to get a little bit worried. This is an incredibly ineffective weapon for crowd control, when you'd expect, you know, it to be pretty good. You take any good combat knife and it'll, you know, chew through these guys 10 times quicker than what I'm getting here. The only reason I'm able to hold my own is because they're not really attacking me at all, and I guess that's kind of nice, I suppose. Alright, back into caution. I'm going to be very surprised if I actually survive. Oh, look at that. That's a lot better. See, I wasn't getting the sneak criticals before because that dumbass sloth showed up. And despite all of this... Ugh, I mean, it's decent when it's stealth, but it's just not good. Like, even without stealth, a lot of the weapons in this game can be decent. I've just used a critical on the wrong thing. But his face is being crippled. That'll obviously usher him into a landing spot, right? He needs to pull all the buckshot out of his face, doesn't he? Good old RNG, right? No, don't do that, mate. Wow, that was a decently lucky critical. Critical that I probably shouldn't have been awarded, but I'm not going to say no to it. If the Scorch Beast is going to dick around flying in the air doing nothing, then I'm going to say, nah, you get on the ground. I'll start hacking at your face once again. See, this is why you can do pretty well with a bloodied one, because you've got all of these benefits. And there's Furious kicking in there. 234 damage. We're hitting a lot harder before because of, obviously, I've got all of that extra... got a prime receiver out of that. That's okay, I guess. Because I had all of that adrenaline bonus from killing all the zombies and the other dudes, so, you know. It was a decent kill time on that, but it just leaves so much to be desired. Just the base damage on this thing really needs to get looked at. Although, having a look at this thing now, 285 out of 3 times 43? That's odd. Am I doing my numbers right? Oh, I guess I was getting headshots though, wasn't I? Yeah, okay, I was obviously because of the headshots. And the Scorch Beast here doesn't want to show up. So I would have gone ahead and talked about the game plan of, you know, quickly power attacking things. If I can kill them with one shot and that, then that's good. But this thing really doesn't have the power behind it to actually do that. It's a shame. The Ripper's kind of a waste of a weapon as it is now, and I would not recommend using. If you'd like to see this thing in your game, check out Murmur. She's probably got some. Check out the script bins. They've probably been all thrown in there already. I'm not really interested in selling this one, to be honest. I probably will just script it. Thank you for watching, guys.